Welcome to another episode of Ondergronds Kabaal.
Yes.
Actually,
Hello.
this is the second time that we're recording it because apparently I forgot to press some buttons and I messed up the audio.
Yes, she's paying me extra for this episode.
Yes. However, we talked about the Dutch symphonic metal scene for about an hour now, so we're probably well versed and well rehearsed for this episode.
Yes. But we hope that it comes as natural as it's supposed to, though, because it was natural the first time around. But yeah.
Yeah.
So to go to the introduction that we said early on.
Yes.
I was going to say something and you were going to say something and we were like, what do I say? What is it? So I'll go right in. This is the genre. This is the Dutch genre. This is the biggest of all. I've been, we've done episodes about Death and Black and what's the biggest and all of these things. But then looking at the numbers and looking at the stats, basically, this is where the Dutch metal scene is the most global.
Yeah, the most well-known.
Yep.
Because if you talk to people from outside the Netherlands,
Yep.
they will know the bands from the symphonic metal scene.
Yes, that's I think the biggest export of the Dutch metal scene.
Yes,
it's this genre specifically.
For sure.
And I did not expect that. In my youth, it was Asphyx, it was Sinister, it was Pestilence. It was not those bands. It was not this genre.
Also, maybe because that's like the genre you like more.
Possible. Yeah, but again, because I'm also like always associating with old school metalheads and shit like that. They don't go so much into the more symphonic. They stay with the aggressive music. But there's a couple of bands obviously that were big when we were young. Also, that we mentioned them now. But yeah, it was surprising to me, not now, but last couple of years, that how big this genre is in Holland and globally. Like how known all these female singers basically.
Yeah,
I think it's the country that has the most female singers in one genre that are so big, like rock star status, all of them.
Yeah,
almost.
Yeah, so. Yeah, and of course within the genre you have Nightwish, which is obviously one of the biggest names in the symphonic metal.
With a Dutch singer.
With a Dutch singer currently, so there's that.
Yep.
Not surprising at all, actually, that Floor Janssen joined them. Because, like the. But the thing that I also wanted to say is I just had an interview with Martijn Westerholt for his new project Eye of Mayan, which is technically not metal because it's like more movie score, like Nightwish without the guitars, basically. Like the soundtrack to Lord of the Rings. It's also very Tolkien inspired, the whole Eye of Mayan thing. Anyway, I talked to him about why the Dutch symphonic metal is so big, or why as a country we're so good at it. And one interesting thing that he said is that we have a couple of great bands, and they all sprouted like various other bands. So there's a lot of overlap within the bands, also within the bands that we're going to talk about. Yep. So basically, we just have a couple of really good musicians. And they just came up with a bunch of great bands that are really well known.
That's true, yes. If you indeed look at it, the overlap is huge.
Yeah. And I think just those musicians, they sprouted the whole genre.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. They spawned it and they went with it. And that's why they became reliable. Like they do another project and another project. They bring other musicians from here and there, but they are the core of those bands, most of the bands.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
For sure.
But... it was a good journey to dive into the symphonic. I don't listen to symphonic a lot these days. I like it. I like specific things, which we will come to. But it was really refreshing to go back to some albums and even the style itself that I don't like, always the female singing the whole time. There was a few things that I loved. So, shall we dive in?
Yeah. And we're gonna start with the first band that we really need to include.
You started the
episode.
First time. So go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'm just gonna start again with Temptation, because of course if we're gonna do an episode about symphonic metal, we need to talk about Temptation. Also, one of the bands that I listened to really, really, really often when I was young. One of the bands that got me into metal, I think.
This is one of the bands that we knew from the youth. So, yeah.
Yeah, and also one of the bands that went out and played like all the big festivals all over the globe, not just Europe, but outside of Europe as well.
I think at some point they played Lebanon.
Really?
They played Lebanon when I was, I don't know, in Egypt or something. They were one of, I think, the first 10 bands that ever showed up in the Middle East. One of them also was Theater of Tragedy, if I'm not mistaken, and Within Temptation, if I'm not mistaken. But I remember, I didn't see them, but I remember that they went there. So
Cool.
yeah, it's spread everywhere.
Yeah, and it's just one of the biggest names in the symphonic metal genre. They started out in 1996, so actually already 30 years ago.
Yeah.
We're getting old.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
And actually, their first album, I had it. I don't have it anymore. I think called Enter. But that's not the album that I really loved. And also, I think their second album, Mother Earth, is the album that really gave them their big
Cemented
breakthrough.
them. That's true.
That's when everyone started listening to Within Temptation, I think.
Sharon.
Yeah, Sharon Ben Adel. She's a great vocalist. She started the band. She's still in the band. Actually, the band is still playing as well. They went beyond the borders. They did like collaborations with all kinds of musicians. They did so much. And what I really like as well is that they for 30 years they had like the same core musicians playing
I didn't know
in the
that
band.
actually.
But at some point they changed. I think around COVID. Before there were some dropouts as well, but because also Martijn and Robert Westerholt, they are brothers. They started originally with Sharon, and I think their drummer or something. I don't know really, but they were the core with the Temptation, and then Robert and Sharon actually they got married and they got kids, and then at some point Robert chose to not go touring anymore because he needed to be a stay-at-home dad. Of course, Sharon couldn't do that because if you take her out of Within Temptation,
Yeah, she's the face.
there's
and
no
sound.
Within Temptation anymore.
That's true. That's true.
But that's also the thing with these symphonic metal bands, like the female vocalist makes or breaks the band.
100%. They are the core of this, in my opinion. I mean, they have the genre has like some amazing guitar players also, which we will come to.
Also, amazing keyboard players, because I think
yeah.
the synths are maybe the most important.
Of course, that's why it's symphonic, obviously, yeah. But the female singers, like they are the rock stars of this genre. Like you know, you have to know them by name. The other members, sometimes you can forget them, but you can never forget the names that we will mention today.
True.
Those are like globally. If you take one out, that's like you're taking out fucking Bruce Dickinson. Like who you're gonna put in for in his place.
Yeah,
it's kind of like that. So yeah, I understand that he stayed home, which is a great initiative of him.
And his brother Martijn, he left because he had an illness at some point, and he got replaced. But eventually he sprouted other projects, one of which is Eye of Mayan, and we'll get back to him. But Within Temptation
Must
be in this episode.
Yeah.
And also the song that I need to play from them, it cannot be any other song than Mother Earth. Of course, there are other great songs, but this is like the number one song that
The
made
anthem.
them big. Yes. So Within Temptation, Mother Earth.
So my first pick. All right. I will go with one of the classics.
Yeah.
Yeah, After Forever.
Definitely needed to be in this episode as
For
well.
sure, for sure. They have one of the other names that we, talked about. Floor Janssen, obviously.
Yep.
She was the main female singer of the band for a very long time. They did 5 albums. She's on all of them. Started in the mid-90s. They stopped in 2009, though, and came back in 2025. So we are waiting for, their next release. And they have a new singer now. Her name is Angel Wolf Black from Greece. So I didn't hear her yet. I didn't listen to her voice yet. I don't know how she sounds like. But I'm very curious to know if they will go back to the old roots that they had, or because in the old days they had, for me at least, we knew the first 2 albums. Was it called not Decipher? Yeah, and Poison of Desire.
Mm-hmm.
Those albums we had when we were young. Those 2 albums. Oh God, what is this?
That's a notification on my phone. Sorry.
Go back again. Yeah?
Sure, yeah.
Let's go back again. Let me also open on them. Pom pom pam.
Yeah, so the first...
My first pick for the day. All right, I have to go with one of the classics. I have 2 classics, one not so classic. So I'll go with one of the classics. Important band. It's After Forever. So this band has another female figure, or had another female figure that we all know, Floor Janssen. She sang with the band the whole journey till they stopped. They had 5 albums, started out in the mid-90s. They were called Apocalypse, actually, in the early days, 2 years. And then 97, they started to be
Yeah, I only know them as After Forever.
Yeah.
Definitely one of the staples.
Staples of the genre. This is one of those bands that also we knew in our youth. Like if you would ask any Egyptian or Syrian guy, name 5 or 10 bands that have that symphonic. We didn't even call it symphonic at the time. It was more gothic, doom, death. That's how we knew it in the late 90s, early 2000s. A symphonic was not, like they have symphonic elements. Dimo Borgir was never symphonic black. It was black metal, but with a lot of symphonies going on, with a lot of keys. And then it started to become more prevalent to call it symphonic.
But at some point it was called female fronted.
Yeah, also that name.
Which is not a genre.
Yeah, to me, I don't remember that in my youth, to be honest. It started to...
It was...
later on, I think.
I remember when I was younger, because I used to play in bands like this as well. Of course, when With Temptation was big, we all wanted to play, or at least I and my... Yeah, a lot of my friends, we all wanted to play in a similar band. So
Make it big.
I used to play in a symphonic female fronted.
What was it called?
Alantia.
Alantia.
We had a couple of EPs, but
is it on the shout out list today?
It's not on the shout out list. No, not at all.
All right, that's a shame.
Also done and buried that band. So
all right, we will unearth this band and listen. But yeah, again, After Forever, they had Floor, they had 5 albums. The first 2 albums, Poison of Desire and Decipher, those we had like bootleg CDs and tapes back in the day.
Nice.
And I liked a lot the male vocals, the growling, and then the female, all of that. They were heavy, grandiose, epic. All of these things. They had the synth work, very interesting, very melodic, obviously. Those were this band was one of those big bands in our youth when we want to turn to that style. You want to mellow out a little bit and have some, epicness and all of that. You listen to these guys. So they did 5 albums. The last one was 2007, After Forever. And I started to notice, I didn't listen to this album so much in the early days. I kind of hopped off the wagon a little bit because they started to lean more towards the female singing.
Yeah.
The male vocals, the growling started to become more in the backseat. And I'm not against female singing when it's good vocalists, obviously, but it became a little bit, for me, for my taste, a little too poppy. But ironically, I was listening to the album today, After Forever, and it has a couple of songs that are really fucking good. There's one song, which is not the song we will play, but it's pretty speedy, fast song with growling and female. I don't remember the song at all. I didn't remember it, but it's a very good song. So I went back to these albums and listen to them, it really, this is one of those bands, again, refreshed my memory about this genre, you know, like, yeah, man, I enjoy this thing. There's a lot of details, a lot of thought put into it, the synth and the stops and the just the melody, it's cinematic. So yeah, an important band with Floor obviously leading it in the beginning. So yeah, had to be on the list. I wanted to choose a song called what did I want to choose now? Here I wanted to choose a song called Zenith from Decipher. But when I was listening to, because Decipher is one of the nostalgic reasons, but then I was listening to the new album, the last album, 27, and I wanted to include like a song without a male vocal. All the songs that I have, they have the growling. So I thought maybe shed light on the one of the songs that has only female singing, and then from their latest work when they started to lean towards that type of singing. So I chose a song from the latest album, and the song is called Energize Me.
Yeah,
it's
one
kind of a
my
poppy
favorites.
poppy ballady. It's not my favorite so much, but it encapsulates this style also and the band. So After Forever, Energize Me.
Energize me with a simple touch, or with an open heart. Energize me, fire up this flame that's burning between us. It's not a fantasy, another mystery. It's just what I can feel. It's something I can see. It's like a memory and then a melody. It's just what we all know, and we all hear. I was blind, I was closed down, could not feel or set it free. Energize me with a simple touch, or with an open heart. Energize me, fire up this flame that's burning between us. It lies in everyone, this falling energy. It's all around us too, electrifying you. So dare to set it free. This virtue is the key to something we all know and we all use. I can feel it's inside me. Open up, enlighten me. Energize me with a simple touch, or with an open heart. Energize me, fire up this flame that's burning between us. Energize me with a simple smile. Open up your mind. Energize me, activate the light that's given and taken. Can you believe in the power that's burning between us? Would you believe if you open up your mind? Open up your heart. Energize me with a simple touch, or with an open heart. Energize me, fire up this flame that's burning between us. Energize me with a simple smile. Open up your mind. Energize me, fire up this flame that's burning forever.
You just said it was like nostalgic, those albums, because you listened to it when you were younger.
Yep.
It was a trip down memory lane for me as well. The whole episode, because I was listening to this when I was like maybe in high school.
Same.
And we were doing covers from Nightwish and from After Forever, and I did a
Wow.
cover from With Temptation when I was younger as well, because that was the music that I grew up with.
Yep. I totally understand.
This and Dream Theater and Meshuggah. So that's the range of metal for me.
That's why we're crazy. We don't have any.
That's why I enjoy so many genres. Probably,
yeah,
I
me
think.
Me too. Your
But
second pick.
My second pick. Actually, we were talking about Martijn Westerholt. After he got sick and got better again, luckily, he came up with another band, Delain,
Yep.
which is also, I think, one of the staples.
Absolutely.
A little bit different than Within Temptation, in the sense that it's not as gothic metal. Because you said you were calling it gothic metal before, instead of symphonic metal. And Delain, in my book, is not really gothic metal, but it really is symphonic metal.
Yep.
And when they started out, they had this very unknown vocalist at the time, Charlotte Wessels. And there was a little bit of controversy about her when she when they started, because she was not known in the scene at all, and she was the daughter of some kind of label high up guy or booker or whatever. I'm not even sure who she's the daughter of, but I just know that there was this this rumor going around that she only got that spot because she was known to someone in the scene, which
Nepotism.
But I don't think that was the case at all, because she's a great vocalist. We
She
just
is.
didn't know about her yet. And after Delain, she went on to have her own solo project.
When did she leave Delain?
I don't know.
Because Delain were big when I was young.
2021, I think.
Yeah, but they started out in the early 2000s, right?
Yeah.
Delain.
Yeah, 2002, I think.
Yeah. Well, they were big in my youth.
Yeah, they were. And she actually, all the members quit Delain at some point, and they just have a full lineup again, and they're playing again live as well. But I think just after COVID or something, or maybe she even left before. I don't know. But she went on to have her own solo career actually, and she.
I didn't listen to those. I don't know them.
I saw her at Summer Breeze last year actually.
With her solo project.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How was she?
Vocal-wise, very good on. I have to be careful with my words here. It's very good on album vocally. The thing is, I saw Within Temptation and Charlotte Wessels live, and I saw them pretty close to each other. And Sharon and Adel live is fucking amazing because she has a presence. Charlotte Wessels is really good, but she didn't have a presence on stage. She can do it on album. I'm not sure that she could. Maybe it was that moment.
Maybe
I don't
bad
know.
day.
Maybe bad day, but there was a difference.
All right.
But her solo career is really good as well. And also symphonic metal, similar to what she did with Delain. And at first it was called Charlotte Wessels, and now it's Charlotte Wessels The Obsession. So it's not just a solo project; she has a full band.
All right.
Anyway, Delain, more on the poppy side.
Yeah, that's why I was not a big fan of Delain. Indeed, they were more poppy, even within
Yeah.
Temptation. I mean, I knew them, but I was never like a big fan. They were a little poppy for
I
me.
think it's more catered towards like younger female metalheads.
That's true.
And also with the lyrics, they just really spoke to
Self-empowerment and
Yeah.
breaking into the scene or breaking into like a masculine, domain or whatever, and try to achieve something.
Good, it's a good gateway band,
Absolutely,
actually.
absolutely,
I
totally.
think. Also, the song that I wanted to choose, talking about self-empowerment, it's called "We Are the Others."
Yeah.
So that just really speaks to that
Yeah.
movement.
The
as well.
outsiders, yes.
Yes.
All right.
All right. So Delain, "We Are the Others."
I'm walking with Sophie tonight. as simple as words on your lips, and no one should take that away. No one should I give this. Now with our heads up high, we'll carry on and carry out that we won't let them get us down or wear us out, 'cause we are not alone. We are the others, we are the cast out. We're the outsiders, but you can't hide us. We are the others, we are the cast out. You're not out there on your own. If you feel mistreated, torn and cheated, you're not alone. We are the others. Normal is not the norm. It's just a uniform. We are the others. Forget about the norm. We are the outsiders. Take off your uniform. We are the others. We are all beautiful. We are the others. We are the others. We are the cast out. We're the outsiders, but you can't hide us. We are the others. We are the cast out. You're not out there on your own. If you feel mistreated, torn and cheated, you're not alone. We are the others. We are the others. We are the others.
Maybe that's why we didn't, because Tom should not hear this.
Yeah, just one more comment about Delain, because I just said they had a full lineup change.
She couldn't let it go.
I couldn't let it go. I needed to tell you again, because we're doing this
The second time.
the second time episode. I really need to get this out. I saw the Modern Age Slavery at Hedon Zwaar Nieuwjaar in January. And then I saw this guitarist, and I knew him before because he's also in The Son of the Suns. His name is called Ludovico. He's a sexy fucking dude. He is, but really, he has like this long hair, like to his ass, curls. He's
What do you
having.
mean? What do you mean? What are you implying?
I'm not. He's a sexy guitarist.
Is he Dutch?
No,
That's
he's
not a
no,
Dutch
no,
name.
no. He's Italian actually.
Yeah, well.
But he's playing in Son of the Suns, which is progressive deathcore, and he's playing Modern Age Slavery, which is deathcore, and he's playing Delain. So now
Wow.
I really want to see Delain again.
Of course you do.
They have they have an international
Take
lineup.
Tom and watch Delain.
Well, Tom might enjoy his guitar playing skills. I'll just look for other reasons.
No shame in looking.
Nope, no shame in looking at all. What's
All
your
right,
next
awesome,
pick?
awesome. Important band. Delain is an important band. Again, it's not my what scratches my itch, but very important. Had to be on the list, obviously. All right, so the next band for me, I struggled between the next two because I had a number one in my head early on to leave it until last, and then this band jumped into the fucking formula, and I almost wanted to put it number one too. So now they are, this band that I'm mentioning now, it could be number one. I don't know, honestly. But this is.
Did you
an
know them before this
important band.
episode?
Yeah, I knew the first album. And the second one a little bit, but the third album, no. But yeah, of course, this band, but I completely forgot about them. They like slipped. And because also they're not completely symphonic metal, they are more symphonic death metal. So that's, my head was always looking for bands like Within Temptation, like, you know, those kinds of bands. And then when I ran through metal, I'm like, oh fuck yes, of course. So the band is Mayan, or maybe Mayan.
Yeah,
I think it's Mayan,
Mayan,
from
yeah.
Maya in the Mayan. So incredible. Oh my god, the I couldn't get enough of this band. I've been listening to them constantly, probably the most on my list, and even including the shoutouts. So they have 3 albums, so I'm glad they have 3 albums so they could make it into the list. Yeah, I mean, what can you say? They have an incredible compositional chop. They burst into blast beats. They burst into some death metal, some black metal, some horror things, very menacing vibe sometimes. Absolutely grandiose, of course. They have 3 types of vocals. They have the male singer, the growling, and the male clean vocals, which is amazing. He has amazing grit also. I don't know if it's the same guy actually who is singing the clean. No, this is grunts, and another one doing grunts. And soprano clean vocals, Adam Denlinger, but that's 2018. In any case, they have clean vocals, harsh vocals, and sometimes female vocals.
Yeah, and they have a lot of vocalists, so it's really diverse.
Yes, very diverse. And they have, like, I was listening to the last album that they released in 2018, Diana. This one I didn't know. I was not familiar with it. And oh my God, the singing. There's a girl, Marcela Bovio from Mexico. Wow, she's an incredible singer. But aside from that, they have incredible lead work. They have incredible rhythm section, unpredictable. Like, they are bordering on prog. Like, I can hear prog in their music. Like Symphony X, Dream Theater. Think of those bands when they have that.
For sure.
All these things with keyboards behind them and everything follows. They go from blast beat to clean guitar to piano only and female singing, then growling. Just unpredictability. And when we were talking about prog, the old episode, like, for me, that's what prog is usually, is when you are progressing beyond what people are expecting of you.
Yeah.
And this band is doing that. And that
also it feels more like the second wave of symphonic metal.
Exactly, yes. Lucky
because they're taking it further than
next level. Yeah. They needed to improve on what, the Delain and Within Temptation, all these bands did. They didn't want to repeat them, copy them, so they took it further and they added more extreme to it and added the growling. At some points also I kind of associated them a little bit to Flesh God Apocalypse.
Yeah,
that proggy, blasty, sometimes frenzy sections, and then they go into completely, like soft, melodic and emotional. So yeah, I cannot praise this band enough. I really like them a lot. We had Quarter Past when we were, not young, but 2011, but early on. Antagonize is an incredible album. For me, if I wanted to choose a song, I wanted to choose one from Antagonize, but then when I listened to the new album, I thought maybe, the latest album, maybe I should do that, because specifically for the singer, Marcela. But what do you think? You like which one more?
Yeah, I like Antagonize.
You like Antagonize?
Yeah.
So I'll choose from the Antagonize. I'll choose Lone Wolf. I had 2 options, but yeah, let's go with Lone Wolf.
flying through this episode
Yeah,
now.
now, yeah.
We're fired
We're-
up now.
We're cutting off a lot of details, I think, the band members and all of that. Mark Janssen, we didn't mention Mark Janssen.
Yeah, so let's mention Mark Janssen
Yeah.
because Mark Janssen is also in Mayan. Also another member in
After Forever also.
also in After Forever. Another member who's also in Mayan, not anymore, but she used to be, is Merel Bechtold.
Oh, I don't know her.
Yeah, you do.
What's her name?
Merel Bechtold, you do, because she went on to create Dear Mother.
Oh, really? I didn't know her name.
Oh, yeah. But
No.
I really enjoy looking at her because she's a powerful female guitar
I'm going
player.
back
And
now,
there
too.
aren't that many female
Yeah.
guitar players anyway, and not that many that play in like really big bands like Mayan or Mayan.
Oh, Meryl also, she was in Delain.
Yeah, she was in Delain as well. I forgot about that.
She was rhythm.
in
She was
Delain
playing
as well.
guitar.
But she went on to go into Mayan, and now she's doing her own project. It's called Dear Mother, which is more
She joined
modern.
Mayan
than-
in the last album only. That's why I don't know. On the EP, they have an EP also, by the way, Undercurrent. Yeah. All right. So, like you
Yeah.
said, they are all overlapping. All
It's-
these
yeah,
musicians, they
it's-
are overlapping.
They're all joining each other's bands.
Yeah.
But I think that it's just one big family.
Yeah,
Probably.
indeed. But we need some space for the newer bands. Like, stop it. Stop creating all these. Do black metal or something.
There are new symphonic metal bands that are doing really well. We're
Yep.
gonna talk about them in the shoutouts.
Yep.
But first, let's go back to the really
The
big
legacy bands.
powerhouses, the
Yeah.
legacies of the Dutch metal scene. Speaking of Marcella Bovio, just
There
to
you
name
go.
another overlap, because why the fuck not?
Yeah.
Stream of Passion,
Yeah.
which is also more of the second wave of symphonic metal, I think, because they're more in the progressive realm than just the standard. Or I don't know if there's a standard symphonic metal at all, but anyway.
Yeah, like the blueprint, the older blueprint.
Yeah, they take it further than that. Also, not as much gothic, more. Because she has these really opera-like vocals, and
Right.
she has more the
Yeah.
opera style in her vocals,
Yep.
more than any of the other. Because the classic symphonic metal, for instance, Nightwish and With Temptation, they have these soprano voices,
Falsetto
not
or
as
something.
much the
Yeah.
opera voice.
Yep.
And she has a great opera voice as well. Anyway, Stream of Passion. They have like 5 albums, I think, as well, or four full lengths. They started out in 2005, so they are indeed a little bit later than the rest of the.
But they're still
the
old
rest
school.
of the bands.
Yeah.
Still old school, yeah,
Yeah.
because that's still 20 years ago, 21 years ago at this
Yeah.
point. And they quit just before COVID, 2016. But then they came back after COVID,
All right.
and they released a new EP in 2023.
Oh.
So there's hope for After Forever, because
Yeah.
Stream of Passion did it as well. So
It's
could
good
be-
that they're coming back. Yeah, absolutely. There's some bands that are so good that you don't want them to fade out. You know, you want them to continue and
Yeah.
spread more legacy. How many albums do they have? Stream of Passion?
I have 4, I think, 4 full lengths, a couple of
All right.
EPs.
That's not much. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not much, but it's still one of the bigger names
That's true, yeah.
in the scene in general, and also as a Dutch
Is
export
Bovio
product.
is with them still?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
yeah, and
nice.
and she's also a teacher on the Metal Factory.
Oh,
We were talking about her vocals in Mayan, but she has like a whole range of vocal styles that she does. She's on Instagram and on TikTok as well, and she does like these vocal videos where she
all right. I should check
teaches
that out.
vocals, and she can do grunts as well. She has a
Wow,
whole
I
range of
never
things
heard
that
her
she
grunt.
can. But
Nice. Yeah, she is like an incredible addition to the Mayan album. Honestly, for me, she's like I know we played Lone Wolf, but listen to Tornado of Thoughts.
actually,
Sorry to interrupt.
the keyboard player for Stream of Passion is also in After Forever.
Oh my God! Yeah, okay, don't keep up.
There
with
is
this,
overlap. There
yeah.
is overlap. Anyway, from Stream of Passion, I struggled to pick a track, but I figured let's just go for their most well-known track, which is Monster. So there it is, Stream of Passion, Monster.
final pick for me, again, this was going to be almost the second, but it's a classic band. It's a huge band. I love this band. I know it's cheesy. I know a lot of people like, dude, you're so mainstream. What the fuck? I don't care. I like this band a lot. Epica, obviously.
Also, one of the classics that needed to be in this episode.
Definitely. And again, one of Holland's most important exports, I think, in terms of metal and symphonic specifically. But yeah, them and I think Within Temptation are probably the biggest on these
on
lists.
On a global scale as well in this genre.
Yes. And metal in general, I think. What other bands can compete with Within Temptation and in the
Nightwish?
But Nightwish are not Dutch.
No. But
I'm saying from Holland.
Yeah.
I think those
from
two
Holland
bands are the biggest exports.
Yes.
That's why I'm saying that the Dutch symphonic. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because I just learned this fact not too long ago. It was actually on the news that Distant, it's a deathcore band.
I know them. Yeah.
They are in the top 5 of the Dutch export musicians
these days.
Yes. And
wow,
they
good
haven't
for them.
even been going that long.
No, we tried to play with. I found that they were playing a show somewhere. I forgot now, and I saw that they have a support act is empty, and I'm like, what the fuck? Let's talk to them. And I contacted them and told them, can we open for you? And they said, sorry, man, we have an opening act. I didn't know they were that big.
Yeah, they are, and they've been playing all over the globe. But yeah, so maybe after the symphonic metal, the Netherlands might be known for deathcore.
Yeah, actually, it is the uprising movement.
It is,
the deathcore.
yeah.
But this is like, again, we're talking rock star status. Like, I don't know the singer of Distant, what his name is, but you cannot know.
He's actually not Dutch.
There you go. But yeah, here's Simone Simmons. You know her. That's just a name, like a household name, as we call it.
For sure.
And for me, at some point in my life, I wanted to hate Epica. Like, something inside me was just kind of like, it cannot be that good. Like, I don't know.
I don't really like Epica because of
he told me.
Simmons.
Yeah, I don't know her personality, what she's like, but as an artist, at some point, I'm like, I want to feel like she maybe is not a good person. There's just something in my head, like they're becoming too big. I just don't want to like them. I don't want to like someone that's so mainstream like that. And I hopped off the wagon a little bit after a few albums, but then I saw them live a couple of years ago. And oh my God, that was intense. Wall of Death. They have Wall of Death. I went into the Wall of Death. And it was huge. It was massive. And she was the one demanding it, which I respected a lot. Like, she's showing that metalhead DNA in her, and she was headbanging, dancing a little bit, which I don't like a lot, but the headbangy part and saying fuck also, I like when the singer, especially if it's a girl, sometimes they refrain from using the F word, but she's using, I'm like, yeah, don't be so classy. I like it. Classy women say fuck. So for me, it was yes, good experience. And I went back into loving them again. So they have to be here, 10 albums, consistent band, tasteful songwriting, love the male-female vocal swap, obviously. It's a grandiose band, it's an epic band, and that's why, therefore, the name. And the synth work is always incredible and dense, so much shit going on. It's like you're watching score, again, like a movie score, depending on the song and the how heavy it is. Even lyrically, they have a lot of awesome themes, like introspective, talking about the world, talking about nature, talking about energy and all of these things, philosophy. I like that a lot because we have something about the lyrical themes that I want to get to when we get to the shoutouts. Her vocals are amazing. You just cannot deny it. She's an amazing singer. And the lead work by Isaac how do you say the name? Delain. He's Belgian. Phenomenal. He joined them, I think, in 2013. He was not with them in the beginning. But from there on, the lead work is just unbelievable. Lyrical themes are deep, impactful, personal introspection, topics about the world. Nature. This band gives you like a vibe that when you see them or hear them, it's just like they give that vibe of a big band. Like you can feel this band is big deal. So for the song I want to choose, we don't need to talk about them a lot more. I had 2 songs in mind that I was struggling between them, and I'm saying this, I think she's not going to expect it now. I was struggling between The Essence of Silence and from the Quantum Enigma and the song called Code of Life from Omega. So I was listening to the Omega album, and I sent Marion a couple of songs, like from the whole list. Like she's not a metalhead, but she likes this kind of things with ring bell with her. So I sent her a couple of songs, and I sent her another song from Omega, and she listened to it, and I think she continued with the album, and she told me, and I like this song Code of Life a lot. And that was like a sign to me, like, okay, I was going to choose the essence, like leaning more towards the essence of silence. But she said Code of Life. I'm like, all right, so this is for you, Marion. This is Code of Life from Omega.
Nice. there is one thing that I need to talk to you about.
What?
Yeah, because you just said we didn't we don't need to talk about the rest of the band that much anymore. We actually
Which
kind of
band?
do about Epica, because we actually kind of do. Because
Oh.
in this band you have Arjen van Wezenbeek,
Yeah.
who's also in After Forever,
Yeah.
and you also have
My
Mark
my head
Janssen.
hurts.
I was when I saw your picks for this episode, I was like, oh, you chose the Mark Janssen special 'cause
By
you
accident.
Have, like all 3 bands from Mark Janssen.
Yeah. I'm a fanboy without no subconscious fanboy.
Apparently.
Yeah.
But that's also interesting to me because from these bands, who is known from Epica? It's Simone Simons.
That's what I was saying. That's why the females are the rock star status. The guitarists are amazing. The musicians are amazing, but they get mixed up in the
Even though that
shuffle.
he created 3 of the bands on your list.
Yeah, indeed.
But Simone Simons, she is amazing, and she did her solo project last year as well.
Yeah.
And
you told me she invited who now?
Charlotte Wessels.
Yeah. Still more overlap.
There is more overlap with that, and they have a video clip out as well with the 2 girls actually looking very much alike in the video clip.
Wow.
But do you know who she recorded Vermilion with?
You told me.
I told
I
you.
cannot act it anymore because I love this guy.
Arjan Lucassen
Yes.
from Arion. So
Yes.
there's like there are these musicians, these Dutch musicians, who created this whole genre. There's like these like really superstars.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. They're legendary. Those people, like, they are leaving a massive stamp. Like, again, if you talk about the extreme metal, you have few names. I mean, there's a lot of people, obviously, but there are a few names that left a stamp, like Patrick from Pestilence,
True.
like Martin from Asphyx.
But that's more of an underground culture.
Sure,
Whereas this genre specifically, it
Transcendent.
speaks
It's-
to a much broader audience.
100%. That's why I mentioned the word household, because
Yeah.
Martin and Patrick, they're not household. They're household for us as extreme, metal lovers. But we just talked to the studio guy. We were repeating the episode.
Yeah.
He said, "What constitutes symphonic metal? What is that?" So I said to him, "Do you know Within Temptation?" He said, "Yeah, I know them. That's it. That's what it is." So it's household names.
Yeah.
It's good we did the episode again, so we can use that as a fucking reference now. So yeah.
Yeah.
Shout outs.
Shout
No,
outs.
you didn't choose the song, or we did the song. We did the song. Yeah.
Shout outs.
All right.
Mm.
Shoot.
Yeah, let me go first because there was a band that I really wanted to include in my main list, and then I thought, well, they're actually more gothic rock than actually symphonic metal. Also because of the vocals, because the vocals are not like these high soprano vocals, and they're like more mid-range. The music is not as heavy. It's a band called Autumn.
Yeah, they're on Into the Grave poster.
Yeah. And they're still playing, which is.
I didn't know this band. You mentioned them to me on the phone when we were
I
talking.
mentioned
Like,
that
oh,
it was
yeah, I
it
see
was
them.
actually going to be one of my first picks because I played with them on stage when I was in another symphonic metal band because
Oh wow!
I was a fangirl at some point.
So many symphonic bands you've played. Nice.
I still haven't played in a death metal band, so that might be next up my list. Anyway, Autumn, more in the gothic rock, gothic metal, corner of this genre. But yeah, still at least a word of a shout out. And they're playing Into the Grave, so let's
They
go
have
see them.
symphonic elements also. Like
Yeah. They
alright.
have like the synths and the keyboards and all that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I should check them out because you mentioned them and saw them on the poster. I'm gonna see them actually. I'm going to the last 2 days of Into the Grave, so I'll be
Nice.
there. I'll watch them. All right, cool.
Your pick.
My first pick. Let's go with Pictura Poesis.
Poesis. Yes.
Pictura Poesis. All right. So this is another symphonic death metal band, and I like that. I like symphonic death is like scratches my itch properly. It has a lot of elements. It has, a mishmash of different genres and different moods and modes. So this band, they have 2 albums in 2017 and 2018 and a single in 2022. It's called Death and the Maiden, which I didn't know actually. And I listened to it. Pretty awesome. It has like some oriental things going on. Pretty cool song. And they had an EP in 2014. They are like Mayan. They are on the heavier side. They're not the usual gothic-y,
Yeah.
as I call them. They are more menacing, and they have some death metal. They have some black metal elements too. First album they did, they had a male singer called Bas D.S.
The S.
Yeah. Who had a great voice, very low, very emotional, just screaming at you, and a little bit high in the mix, but pretty cool. That's an awesome album. They have, again, I'm saying here, dark and ominous thematically and atmospherically, very ominous. Musically very dense, and at points sound like black metal. So, second album is with Lynn Love, and I'm a fan of Lynn's voice, whether it's growling or clean singing. And the first time that I was pretty aware of her clean singing was when I reviewed the Ceremony album for Metal from NL, Solitary Bleed, the new album, and she was guesting on the title track. And to me, that track was a standout because of her voice. Although I did not expect death metal to have, like, a Ceremony to have a female vocalist, but it fit perfectly. And I sent her and I did, like, praised her, and I told her, look what I said about you. So yeah, I like her vocal approach. She has an aggressive attack to her fries and delivery, how she goes just like menacing and like bite. She has a bite to her voice. I like that. She's not faking it. You know, some female singers, when they do growling, to me, even male singers, but if we're talking females now, they don't have a bite. They just have the pitch, but they don't have the bite. They don't have the threatening element. She has it.
Do you want to hear something interesting?
Yeah, always.
I had her for the interview for the Internationale Vrouwendag, International Women's Day.
Yeah.
And we actually talked about her being in symphonic metal bands as well, because she started out as a symphonic metal singer.
Yep.
And she actually said, well, it was just that era. Everyone wanted to be in those kind of bands, and they also expected every women in bands to have
sing like that.
kind of vocals.
100%.
And then she was at an Amon Amarth concert, and she was grunting with the Amon Amarth lyrics, and someone told her, "Oh, that's really good," and she was like, "That's what I really want to do.
That's what I actually want to do. I don't want to fake it anymore."
And now she's in a hardcore band, and
Yeah,
she's
her
doing
band is
hardcore vocals.
Everything Decays. Pretty good band also. They have a show coming and it's sold out, which is really good for them. So yeah, last thing I want to say is such a good band. They really need to release more albums. They have to. Both albums are awesome, but I like the album with Lynn called Nightmares. I like it a bit more. So check them out.
I'm not sure that they're active anymore, because I know that their guitarist is also in Katobodua, which is a symphonic band from Belgium. But
Oh, okay. And she's probably busy with everything
and
Decays
she's probably
also.
busy
Yeah.
with everything case, yeah. All right, so my next pick, which is actually one of the bigger names in the new like symphonic metal era, is called Blackbriar.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Speaking of good vocalists,
Yes, they
that
became
is
really
an
big.
amazing vocalist
Very
as
good pick.
well. And also a band that has everything together, because they are so meticulous in everything they put out, like from the videos to the way their website is styled, the music, the artwork, it all fits like this fairy tale theme almost.
Yep. Yep.
Really great band, Blackbriar.
This is one of those bands that will make it big.
They
You can
will
feel it,
for
like,
sure make it
immediately
big.
then,
Yeah, like the new era of symphonic
Yes, sir.
Dutch greatness.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. So you're going short. I'll go short also. The second.
It's shout outs, right? We don't need to
Yeah.
spend. We can
But I
fill
wanted
an
to-
all other episode with
for the
all the other
shout-outs.
bands. but
Yeah. I wanted to give Lynn some love because she's not on the main list. But next one, Revamp.
Yeah,
We go back
also
to
a
the-
band that we need to talk about.
Yeah, go back to the household names. This is Floor Janssen's older band. So they did 2 albums. Pretty awesome. I feel that it's different than After Forever when she did that. This band has more evil, more menace, more bite. They have melodic, obviously, and epicness and all of these things. And she was not singing in the high range all the time. She was mid-range most of the time. At some points, you wouldn't even recognize her. I think like it's a different voice until she gets to one of those high pitches, high screams or whatever. That's Floor. So yeah, they had 2 albums, one in 2010, one in 2013. So they were active for about less than 10 years even. Released 2 albums, and then I think Floor just went and did her own thing, and the whole band, they were on Nuclear Blast. But very unique band, very different, curveball from the other ones. So I enjoyed them a lot. I haven't listened to them in a very, very long time. Like I listened to a few songs and I never registered with me. Now with the folk research that we did, really enjoyed them. If they had 3 albums, they could have made it on the list, actually. This band, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely worth a shout-out spot.
Yeah.
Final pick, which is a little bit a controversial pick for me. If you would have told me that I'd actually liked this music 5 years ago, I would have laughed in your face. But there is this...
We grow up. Our taste expands.
Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah.
There is this new symphonic metal band. It used to be a project, a studio project, but they actually have a full lineup now. So they're gonna play live. I hope they will play live this year, because they just finalized their lineup, I think, last year. They don't have an album out yet. They don't even have an EP out yet. They have a couple of singles out yet.
Okay.
Good. Every one of those made it into the tip list last year.
Whoa.
I
don't remember that.
Maybe I skipped one or two,
right.
but I at least remember all the singles that they put out last year.
That's awesome.
Which is strange to me because this band sings in Dutch, and I hate the Dutch language in music with a passion. Because I really don't like the way it sounds. And it works in black metal. It doesn't work in any of the other genres, except for maybe this band,
Wow,
where it
that's
really
huge
works.
Props to them, man.
Yeah, also to the vocalist, actually, which is not like the classical soprano vocalist, but it's like...
Female also?
Female vocalist, not female fronted, but female vocalist,
Yeah.
symphonic metal. More mid-range, but the lyrics are really direct. They really speak to you, like actually kind of similar to Delain. It's just it's a way for people to deal with emotions, I think.
No.
And that's what this band, they're called Maanvlinder. They do really well. I think they're coming out with an EP or an album later this year. I remember seeing an email from them that they've got a new release coming up. But yeah, I really didn't expect that I would like them because they are Dutch only. But I really do like them, even though they are Dutch only. Maanvlinder.
Sometimes, yeah, it hits you from where you don't expect.
Yeah, for sure.
Speaking of lyrical themes, I want to go quickly into this, So I noticed when I was listening, except for a couple of bands, I think Epica and Mayan, maybe Picture Poesis also, probably. But there's a lot of the themes that they're talking about, the other bands that I mentioned, and the one I'm going to mention now, there's a lot of topics about sexual abuse.
There is?
Yeah. The female, the girl that is, was young and something happened to her. There's like thematic things going on. Someone touched her, someone did this, someone whatever, but there's like a sexual abuse or emotional abuse, when you're a teenager or you're young and then you grow out of it. I felt like that was a
more
theme.
of a coming of age theme then.
Yeah, like fighting that, again, the female empowerment thing. Like, if you are abused when you're young, try to overcome it. I'm going to get my revenge from you, things like that. I noticed that a lot. Yeah. And in this band that I'm going to mention now, Epinician, not Epinic. How did I say it in the beginning? Epinician, yeah, Epinician. So it's a great band, really cool band. They are also a little poppy. They have 2 albums, 2022 and 2026, Force of Nature. Catchy, commercial, very commercial band. I think this band will make it also at some point. They will be big. Only female singing, no male singing. Good voice, very mainstream. Smart songwriting, poppy at parts, heavy at parts. Some epicness and synth work, very tasteful. Sometimes the lyrical themes get a bit cheesy for me, but it's fun, I guess, to some people. There was a song that I was listening to when she says, bigot something idiot treating me like a slut. I'm like, I don't know.
But maybe that directness speaks to people because they can relate.
I get it. But for me, just that's a personal taste.
Yeah.
And symphonic metal to me is classy. I see class in it. I see symphony. It's symphonic. Symphony has a little bit more of a, like a transcendent, maybe, I don't want to say elitist, but you know what I mean? Like a little bit of transcending thrash. Like, it's not street language and all of that. I feel like symphonic need the Epica type of lyrics, really. More philosophical, more introspective.
But Epinikion actually do have those types of lyrics.
Maybe I didn't read all of them, but this one kind of like hit me, even with the audio. Like I went to Metal Archives to make sure, did I hear the word slut here or what? And I went, and yeah, bigot, something idiot, treating me like a slut. Something like, I'm like, okay. But again, even in the Mayan album, the first album of Mayan, the singer, the male singer, he's also singing in the first album about abuse, sexual abuse, and a girl that is being somehow mistreated or something like that. A little girl, little something going into the world, something like that. So I noticed that this is kind of a theme in symphonic metal, which is not a bad thing. But first of all, I don't want it to be repetitious, at least to me. I don't want the topic to come over and over and over again. It overeats itself. But also, it should be done in a classy way, in my opinion. It should not go into street language. This genre specifically needs a little more class.
Yeah. But
That's my
Epinikion,
case.
good bands. I've seen them live. I've interviewed them as well, actually.
Yeah, I saw Metal Familia. Good band. I wouldn't have put them. There's tons of bands that I could put on the shout out. I put them because they're really good, very catchy, very mainstream-ish, but in a good way. And I think they will be big.
Yeah,
But that was just, I had to, it's not a pet peeve, I had to mention it.
Could be next wave of the Dutch symphonic metal.
There will be in it, I think. Epinikion.
Just to have like one final discussion before we close this episode, because you said something interesting, that the lyrics are about like abuse and female empowerment. That's maybe also due to the female vocalists,
Of course.
having putting their personal experience and worldview into the music.
Sure.
Might also be why it speaks to a much broader audience than just like the more extreme genres. Yeah,
that's true. I 100% agree with you. And it, like you said in the beginning, it's a gateway, even on a thematic level. Like girls who are abused, who are neglected, who are mistreated, outcast.
or not even abused, but like outcasts, or not feeling like they belong.
Exactly.
They can find their voice through these
solace in this
tracks.
100%. And it is a good magnet. But for me, it was just the fact that it's repeating. I felt that it was repeating. Like almost all of those bands have that theme one way or another.
Yeah.
And it's good. It's not bad. It's a very important topic when you talk about abuse, when you talk about mistreating a child or something. Very important topic. But when you are doing research for one episode and you are one genre and you find a lot of these bands talk about that
the same themes.
It's kind of regurgitated in a little bit in a way. Again, that's why I liked Epica. I'm reading Epica's lyrics also when I was listening. They go way deeper. They talk about Mother Earth. They talk about introspection, energy, and the cosmos. And they have a lot of, like, sometimes you don't understand. You need to go and read what they are talking about.
Also think
I like that.
As these people grew up, as they grew older, the themes changed a little bit because there is less need to express that kind of
the personal thing that is still fresh and they went deeper into the consciousness. I understand. But great bands, all of them. Again, for me, it's not always the genre that I listen to, the poppy ones. I like symphonic death, but it was, like we were saying, you grow older, your taste opens up, and I enjoyed even Epinikion. Even that they are usually not my cup of tea, like within Temptation a little bit, I still enjoyed them big time. All of these bands I enjoyed.
Nice. Yeah, I really enjoyed doing this episode.
Me too.
Because it was a trip down memory lane for me.
Yeah. It was one of those, because every episode we say it's hard. It was hard because there were so many bands. And one thing I want to mention.
It's sorry to interrupt, but it was hard because there's so many bands, but there's only like these rockstar status bands that we needed to include.
Of course. That is
those
why.
were easy to pick.
Yeah. There's one thing, just to end the episode on it, which is very confusing for me, honestly. When I was on Metal Archives, you have two bands that are registered on Metal Archives as from Holland, but almost no members are from Holland anymore.
Interesting.
You have Imperia.
I don't know them.
Symphonic Metal. Started out in 2004, 3. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 albums. And then you look at the members, they're all Belgium, Finland. I don't know why it's even still in the fucking Holland. Norway. And then the last one, I think this might be Dutch. Yeah, this guy only. He's the only.
Interesting.
Yeah, and then you have another band.
I don't know that band. either.
Imperia, yeah, another band which is big. I know this band, but I'm also like, do I choose these guys? It's called Angel.
Also, don't know the band.
Yeah, they have 3 albums. Symphonic Metal, Netherlands. You have Helena from Norway.
Yeah, she was in the other band as well.
Yeah, you have Oliver Phillips from Germany. I don't understand why it says Netherlands.
Interesting.
So, yeah, but
maybe at
Imperia
some
are
point
bigger.
they were in the Netherlands or having
Yeah,
more
some
Dutch
members.
members.
Yep.
I don't know.
Yes, they had this guy and the drummer also, not the drummer, the bassist. Yeah, so they have some Dutch things, but yeah, I thought they were worth mentioning because they are on the Metal Archives.
Yeah, and there are a lot of great symphonic metal bands coming up as well. So the scene is still thriving, so to say.
Yes, absolutely. And it's a pleasure listening to something melodic.
Yeah.
Yes.
So next time we're not gonna do melodic.
Yeah, next episode is gonna be heavy.
Actually, next episode is gonna be about the metal battle.
Oh, indeed, really? There's a next episode.
We have a
okay.
special episode coming up about the metal battle.
Forgot about that. Yeah.
And then the next episode after that is gonna be heavy again. Stay in touch. See you next time.
Yes.